Hey everyone and welcome. So today we're not just going to learn some grammar. Nope, we're all going to be language architects. Our whole mission is to build these amazing sentences that tell a complete mini-story, connecting a cause, an action, and the result that follows. Ready? Let's get into it.
So, here's our big design challenge. You've got these separate ideas, right? A reason for something, an action you took because of that reason, and then what you discovered as a result. The question is, how do we construct one single, elegant Korean sentence that ties them all together?
Well, any good architect needs the right blueprint. And we're about to look at the core design that makes this whole thing possible. This is basically the master key that unlocks this specific kind of storytelling in Korean.
And here it is, the star of our blueprint. It's this awesome combo, asa, 어서, plus 으니까. I want you to think of this pattern as a special kind of connector piece. It builds this perfect logical bridge from a cause through an action and right to the result. It is an incredibly powerful tool.
All right, theory is great, but it's time to see how this blueprint actually works in the real world. We're going to check out 5 finished constructions, 5 complete sentences, to see exactly how they're put together.
Okay, here we go. Our first one. Just listen to how this whole story flows in one sentence. 날씨가 추워서 창문을 닫으니까 따뜻해졌어요. See? It tells you everything you need to know, all in one smooth line.
Now let's break this down with our blueprint. The cause, the reason for everything, is 날씨가 추워서 because it was cold. That directly leads to the action, 창문을 닫으니까, so I closed the window. And what was the new situation? The result? 따뜻해졌어요. It became warm. A perfect logical chain.
So the whole thought, the complete story is, it was cold, so I closed the window, and it became warm. It's just a seamless little narrative, isn't it?
Let's check out our next example and see this pattern in action again. Here's another situation I'm sure you've been in. 음악이 너무 커서 볼륨을 줄이니까 조용해졌어요. Another classic problem and solution story.
And if we apply our blueprint, you see the same perfect logic. The cause? The music was too loud. The action I took? I turned down the volume. And the result? It became quiet. Cause, action, result. It just works.
In English, this translates to, a music felt lush, so I turned it down, and it became quiet. You can really start to feel the power of this structure now, can't you?
Okay, on to our third example. This one is fantastic for describing a physical feeling and your immediate reaction to it. 방 안이 답답해서 창문을 여니까 바람이 들어왔어요.
Looking at the breakdown, the pattern holds up perfectly. The cause was this feeling, the room felt stuffy. This is what prompted the action of opening the window. And the immediate, observable result? A nice breeze came in.
So the full idea is, the room felt stuffy, so I opened the window, and the breeze came in. It just sounds like a really natural way to explain why you did something and what happened next.
Next up, we have a classic problem-solving situation, where you make a small adjustment and get this really great result. 커피를 너무 진하게 타서 물을 더 넣으니까 딱 좋았어요. So, the whole point here is making a correction. The cause of the problem? 커피를 너무 진하게 타서 I made the coffee way too strong. So, what was the fix, the action? 물을 더 넣으니까 I added more water. And the fantastic result? 딱 좋았어요. It turned out just perfect.
In English, it's such a satisfying little story. I made the coffee too strong, so I added some water and it turned out perfect. Love that.
All right, we've got one last example, and it's a super modern tech-related problem that I am positive we've all faced. 컴퓨터가 느려서 다시 시작하니까 빨라졌어요.
So, for our final build, the cause is a slow computer. The troubleshooting action we take is a simple restart. And the happy outcome? It got faster. It's the perfect blueprint for explaining simple fixes like this one.
The full sentence just makes total sense. My computer was slow, so I restarted it and it got faster. Awesome! You've now seen 5 complete builds using this fantastic blueprint.
Okay, so you've seen the finished products. Now, just like any good architect, we got to look at the technical specs on the blueprint. Let's really understand the rules so you can start building your own sentences.
Honestly, the framework here is so straightforward. It's built in 2 simple parts. Part 1 is all about the why, the cause. You just take a verb or adjective stem and add asa or asa. Part 2 is the action you took and the result you discovered. For that, you take the action's verb stem and add 으니까. That's the whole design.
So, let's just nail down the key takeaways here. The first part with aso or uso always gives you the reason. The second part with 이니까 shows what happened after you took an action. This structure is what makes it so perfect for telling these little mini stories, and that is exactly why you're going to hear it all the time in everyday spoken Korean.
All right, you've seen the examples, you know the rules. This blueprint is now officially yours. It's time to put the power in your hands and let you start your own construction projects.
Let's just think through one more together. Imagine this situation. The room was too bright, so you closed the blackout curtains and it became dark. How would you build that? The cause, 방이 너무 밝아서. The action and result, 암막 커튼을 치니까 어두워졌어요. See? You've totally got this. The tools are officially in your hands now. You are a language architect, fully equipped to connect cause, action, and result into these beautiful, logical sentences. So I'll just leave you with this one thought. What story are you going to build first?